Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to DDB's End Zone Empire with your hosts, Dave, Dustin, and Brian, your source for the latest and greatest fantasy football info, wagering, injury reports, picks of the week, and more.
All right, we are here at AB's Bar, back in the saddle again, if you will. We took a little hiatus for Thanksgiving and whatnot, but we're here for all your Week 13 information. I'm your host, David. This is my co-host, Brian. What are you saying?
What's up, brother?
This is my other co-host, Dustin.
Well, since we're back in the saddle again, let's give a little nod to Master P and let's ride. Sorry,
Okay.
boys.
So we are here at AB's Bar, and we're ready to get into it. We've had a long week and whatnot, and you probably have too, but here we go. Okay, we have a nice slate of games this week. I think this is the last week with any buys.
Thank God.
No, we actually have one more.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, we'll have Arizona and Washington next week.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's see. You learn.
Well, it's really we are because, the players.
I know it's changed
yeah.
since they added, another game. But either way, it is Thursday night football, Week 13. We had the Seahawks going down to the Cowboys in Dallas. And this game, I don't know if we're all on the same side here. But before we get into it too much, let's check in with the football mom and make sure there's no injuries.
All right. We got the Seahawks, and we got Kenneth Walker with an oblique injury, which is doubtful to play Week 13. And Will Disley has a hip issue that is doubtful for Week 13 also. Cowboys are good to go.
Well, is Michael Parsons? What about him? Is he?
Well, he's not playing.
He's not okay.
No,
Well,
no.
That's.
I don't do the.
Oh, I got you. I was asking the guys mainly because
So-
I think he is.
Yeah, he's
definitely
out.
going to be out.
Yeah, and that makes a difference because Diggs and Parsons worked really well together. You had one lockdown corner. He's been out. Now Parsons out because he does so much. I mean, he can stop the run. He can get after the quarterback. He can drop back in coverage. I've seen it. So
Yeah.
He ain't lying, boys.
No.
I mean,
He's seen
he's other than Aaron Donald. I don't know. He's got to be up there in the tops on defense. But either way, I feel like this game here is going to be a Cowboys chance to flex their muscle and say, hey, we can beat good teams too. We don't just beat up on the little guys. And honestly, I think that's what's going to happen this week, folks. I love Seahawks. I like the intensity. I think they have a solid defense. They have a lot of good pieces on offense. Geno Smith's not always trustworthy. But I think Dallas is going to come out and say, hey, we're going to flex our muscle. This is our time to separate ourselves from the division and lock down this home field.
I'd say, okay, on the fantasy side of it, I'm looking Dak Prescott's been amazing. Everybody's seen that quarterback.
God, he's
quarterback
been a
number
great
4.
late pickup.
He is quarterback number 4, averaging 23.8 points. I ain't got to tell you to start Lamb or Pollard. Cooks has been coming on strong.
Cooks is, he's actually had some really
With
nice
buys
games.
out there, Cooks is a legit start.
Actually, yeah, definitely. And then you're looking at Ferguson. Ferguson's been all right,
Yep.
tight end. On the Seahawks side, I think where you draft them with buys being this week, the Bills being on the bye, there's some other good teams. I mean, you're starting Lockett and Metcalf definitely. But against this stingy defense, I think they're going to hold up as the number 1 ranked fantasy defense.
Yeah,
it's
and-
going to be hard to get points.
Their productions went down a little bit recently in the last few weeks. I don't know what's going on with Geno, but get DK the ball, please. Thank
There
you.
you go.
Dustin, is there anything out there that these guys that want to just bet the one night, the Thursday game, they want to win money on Thursday? You got something for
I
'em?
think so. I don't know if you're locked this. Oh, I forgot. You don't lock them on Thursdays. But, I think this is just going to be another rusty screwdriver to the side of my Seahawks here. Dallas hasn't lost at home this year. They've won every home game by at least 20 points and then scored at least 30 points. So I feel safe taking Dallas -9 there. They've covered 5 out of the last 6. So Dallas money or Dallas -9 is looking good. I got a couple little prop bets. Geno over 224.5, Dak under 280, and let's see Charbonnet over 45 rushing yards.
Reach.
I was going to throw one more in there. Do you think Charbonnet's worth a start this week? I've got him as a bench.
Depending how desperate you
Well,
are.
I think he could be he could work as
Flex.
a flex.
Okay.
A low end like if you have a 2-flex league, perhaps. If you have a 1-flex, it's kind of pushing it, but he's right there. I feel like
He can catch the ball, too.
I feel like
that was my
he's
one
going to be
question mark.
about 10, 12 points this week.
Well, the only reason why I asked because DJ Dallas, he's not stealing no carries from him. So, I mean, he's got that backfield to himself, and with enough carries and catches, he may be worthy of a flex.
With Parsons out, I don't know. It's a little bit more intriguing.
All right. What do you got? What do you got next, Dave?
Well, before we move to that, everybody picks the Cowboys, and
I think, unanimous on this.
Over under is 46.5. Anybody got a?
well, that's what I was getting ready to ask.
I'm under on that.
Dallas is averaging 30 at home.
Yeah, and I feel like with Parsons and Diggs both being out, there's some little wiggle room there for the Seahawks to get something.
Well, yeah, Seahawks got some strong corners, so they're gonna put up a really good fight. So
Yeah.
I don't see us going over that.
Okay, so we're going to move to the first Monday game on my list anyways. I don't know about yours, but I have the Cardinals at the Steelers. This game is interesting because of the return of Kyler Murray and some of those things. But before we get into that too much, let's go ahead and check in with the football mom and see if there's any injuries.
All right, on the Cardinals side, we got Michael Wilson still dealing with that shoulder injury, and he's going to hold out for one more week and follow up after the bye, week 14 bye, before he returns. Marquise Brown has a heel injury, and it's unknown if he's going to play Sunday or not, something to watch out for. And Steelers side is good to go.
Oh, there we go.
Healthy.
I just don't. I really think that the Cardinals have a good offensive line. Whether they can block Watt or not, that's to be. I mean, Watt's he's hard to block, so I imagine he's going to get to the quarterback a little bit on the passing downs, and maybe he might even help keep Murray in the pocket on certain occasions. But I still feel like I don't know if that's going to be enough for them to get past the Steelers here. Kenny Pickett hasn't shown a lot of offense of late, but I think the Cardinals on the back end don't cover as well. Their strong suits would be their line. Well, I think they're mid-range in pass defense. So I mean, there could be some problems there for the Cardinals. But I feel like I'm not going to lock it, but I'm going to call the Steelers in this one. Brian, is there any fantasy guys we're looking at?
I'm actually looking at Kyler Murray. His 3 starts since he's been back, he's put up 20, 24, 23. So that's actually, I'm going to call them stellar numbers, but that's starter numbers. That's top 12 numbers. Then you're looking at if Brown ain't playing, I'm going McBride.
Trey McBride.
tight end.
Oh, yeah.
He's been tearing it up
yeah.
lately.
I mean, since Murray's been back, he's put up 21 and a 13. And then on the other side, I'm thinking if you have a better start than Connor this week, I would probably go with it. Steelers front's pretty stingy. You may be able to get a couple of receptions out of him. But on the Steelers side of the ball, what running back do you start? Do you start them both?
That's what I was going to say. I think if you have –
No, Warren gets a start for the catches alone, and Najee gets a start because red zone carries.
But I think both are like
flex
I had one,
worthy.
you had the other. I think they're both safe.
Yeah.
I'm looking flex worthy. Each of them, Harris averaging 10 points, Warren's averaging 12. So definitely flex worthy. Pat Freiermuth, what do y'all think of his performance last week?
Hey.
Hey, 9 for 120 on 11 targets. First game back.
That'll
Yep.
get it done.
That's it.
Yep.
21 points right there.
And just know that Tomlin had a long talk with Deontay Johnson, said he wants to see more out of him, so let's see if he pulls it up.
Well, I think everybody saw that on Facebook, Twitter,
Yeah.
everywhere, where the dude's just walking when the ball's
Yeah.
being
Right.
fumbled.
Yeah.
He
So,
said he wants to see some more action, so let's see
Well,
what happens.
Well, speaking of action, Dustin, this game here is it's Pittsburgh minus 5.5. Is there a play on that?
I thought you would lock this up, Dave. Pitt's got new offensive coordinator. First game over 400 yards in 59 games in a row for Pittsburgh. Thought you'd be a little bit more pumped. Lock this game up for the week.
Well, I want to, but the thing is, it's one game, and now there's video of the one game.
Yeah.
And there's people trying to say, okay, I think we know what he's going to do, and this is how we're going to stop it.
Yeah.
How we're going to play.
I would say Steelers fans are still waiting for him to put 4 quarters together. Once they do, they're going to be scared.
Yeah. I like
Well, and the Steelers are still in the hunt, fellas.
Oh yeah,
7-4.
dude,
They
100%. But when they put those 4 quarters together, that is going to be a hard team to beat.
I
Yeah.
feel Pitt -5.5 is good bet here.
I like it.
Now,
Definitely do.
what about production-wise? I don't know. I didn't check my FanDuel, but I would imagine he's put up how many yards last week? So he's probably going to be around 240, 250 yards or over under.
Yeah. Hey,
is
well, I was
there-
going to tell everybody we're doing this a little early this week, so I don't have prop bets. I can leave them down in the comments before Sunday if you all want to see them.
Okay.
So just not
Okay.
too many lines out yet.
Right. Yeah. But either way, that's something to look for. I don't know if I would play the quarterback prop bet, but either way, we feel like the Steelers are going to win. I should have probably locked. You know what?
Lock it.
Can we lock it?
Let's lock it.
Let's lock. Okay. The Steelers will beat the Cardinals in Pittsburgh. -5.5. You take the points, make you some money.
Hey, boys,
Arizona's coming across
boys,
the country.
I-
It's going to be cold and nasty.
I think I got a new thing here. We actually all agreed unanimously on the first 2 games.
We've
Yeah.
never done that.
Those are our locks of the week.
Yeah.
We're all in agreement, right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
That's never happened.
that's kind of a lock right there. We're 2 for 2 right now. What do we got next?
Well, we're looking at the Chargers are going to go to the Patriots. This is in New England, and this is New England had a new quarterback last week, and we're going to check in. We're going to tell you all about that. But first, let's see if there's any injuries this week.
All right. Chargers wise, they're all good to go. But with the Patriots, we got Demario Douglas, who suffered a head injury last week. They're not calling it a concussion as of right now, but he's one to watch for as far as plans for Sunday.
That was my sleeper.
Okay. Well, all right, Brian, let me ask you this. With new life found, maybe, with the Patriots offense, is there a chance here? Do they have a chance?
I'm taking the Patriots in this game for the simple fact that Ramondre Stevenson versus the 31st overall run defense in the NFL. They're going to keep the ball on the ground. If Bailey Zappi's in there, they're going to try to take all the pressure they can off him by running the ball. And if they can achieve that with Stevenson and Zeke Elliott, I think they're going to get it done. So look for Stevenson to improve off his 4 touchdown season. I could see him getting into the end zone this week.
Yeah.
But I mean, on the Charger side though, Allen this year.
Monster.
Amazing.
Monster.
Amazing. Wide receiver 2, 23 points a game averaging. The dude is just going off.
Yeah. He played a full year so far.
I know it, and I think it's just blown everybody's mind. I saw people taking him as high as the 2nd round. I'm like, what are you doing? So I guess they knew something I didn't know.
Dumb luck.
And other than that, I mean, Herbert, where you got him, you're starting him. Eckler has been just poor performances. Last 2 weeks, 10-8. He put together a good little string there for a while, 24, 21, 21. But do you all really see it in this game?
Well, I don't. I think the Chargers are gonna. They can beat poor teams, and I feel like the New England's a poor team right now. I don't know that Belichick's got it in him to get it done up there, and I feel like this is going to be his last season in New England.
Last stand, boys.
So we'll see. I don't know if he's lost the locker room. I don't think it's gotten that bad, but look, they're 2-9, and not only that, oh crap, my phone. The Chargers are up to 6 points, -6. Okay, so that tells you right there. Patriots get 3 for being at home. That means the Chargers 9-point favorite, really, if on a neutral site.
Yeah.
So we've covered the fantasy. I got to ask you, Dustin. It is 6 points. Is there a play here?
I think so. I'm gonna go against Brian here. Patriots are tied for last in the NFL. They've only covered 2 games this year. They haven't scored more than 7 points in their last 2 games. Chargers -6 in the under for me.
Okay. Oh, I like that.
Nice.
Okay. Well, I think, you know what, we're kind of on a roll right now. I think we're just going to keep moving. So the Colts are going to move down to Tennessee and go play the Titans. And this game is a little bit interesting. I can see a path for both teams, but let's check in with the football mom and see if there's any injuries.
Yes, we got a big one on the Colts side. We got Jonathan Taylor, who had surgery today on an injured thumb, and he will be out 2 to 3 weeks. And then on the Titans side, Traylon Burks still slightly under concussion protocol. We'll see if he'll play in week 13.
That trade ain't working out.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
So, Brian, we know about the run game here, but probably going to be pretty prevalent in this game. What are your fantasy plays here?
About the only thing I got on the Titans, I don't even know about D-Hop anymore.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Derrick Henry, and his numbers have been coming up. But I'm looking at all the games he had at least 18 carries in the game. I've got one with 18, 22, 22, 25. He has over 20 points in all those games.
Somebody needs to tell their coach. to
Okay,
give
and
him the ball.
that's only 4
More.
games. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying that is the key for the Titans to win. Levis is still learning. He ain't got enough targets to get the job done. On the other side of the ball, though, Zach Moss is taking back over at running back. We all know what he did at the
I
beginning
had
of the
fun
season.
having Jonathan Taylor for 4 weeks. this year.
That's it.
I tried to get Moss this week on the waivers, and I got beat out. Person in front of
So,
me.
I have him.
You know what? I think that's why right there.
Nice.
Okay, so
Okay,
we
good
got
week to be
we
12th
actually
on the
got
waiver.
we got Zach Moss versus the 14th overall run defense. They're going to wear them out because with the Titans offense, they're probably going to be on the field most of the game. Another highlight is Pittman, averaging 15.8
Oh,
points
yeah,
a game.
killing it.
He's the wide receiver 12, and my deep sleeper is Downs.
Yes, baby.
Okay.
I got them both.
So anyway, Dustin, I feel like this game here is, I don't know what the under is, but I would be looking for that because both teams want to run the ball initially, and that eats up a lot of clock. And I could see this run, punt, punt. You know, a little of that. You know, so. I feel like the low score. I don't have the over/under. I didn't have my computer with me.
43.
43. That's low, but I like it. I would take the under all day. And there is a -1 point for Indianapolis. What do you like, Dustin?
I'm not dealing with the 1 point here. I want to give some shots out to the Colts. 3 straight wins, kind of under the radar.
It's mustache, baby.
It is. Let's see. The Titans haven't scored more than 17 points in their last 4 games. They're going to force Levis to throw. I like Colts money line in the under here.
Okay. All right. I think I have the Colts winning this game as well.
I do too.
It's not a lock for me, but just because we've seen the Colts fall apart, and we've also seen the Titans play really well at times. So, we'll see if the
Could be a
Titans
game
can run
to
the ball.
not bet, so you don't have to even
Yeah,
look at the
I'm
thing
going to
on TV.
stay away from it.
Well,
in my
hey, boys,
parlays, all the way around.
3-1 right now.
Who?
As far as us betting on our picking games,
Oh,
3-1.
Well, we are.
It's going to be a bad week for us.
Yeah, we're picking the Chargers, but we are staying away from it in our parlays, and I think in almost every aspect. But either way,
Colts.
Excuse me, Colts and Titans. That what I say, Chargers, Patriots.
Yeah, it's all good.
That was my fault, and that's probably a terrible segue, but we're going to do it anyways. We're going to move right along to the Broncos and Texans. Okay, the Texans are at home -2.5, or no, I have a 3.5. Excuse me, Brian. What do you see?
Let me hear those injuries first.
Yeah,
let's actually go
let's
to those.
do that. Let's do that.
All right. On the Broncos side, they're all good to go, but the Texans are dealing with a little bit on their half. We got Noah Brown with a knee injury. Not sure if he will be playing in Week 13, but some practice is a step in the right direction. And then we got Tank Dell with a calf injury. He was non-participant this week so far. They did some imaging on that calf, and there's no word on whether or not he will play Sunday. So that's something to monitor.
Okay. This game is a tough one. I can see the avenue for the Texans to win, but I feel like there's a really good chance the Broncos. I actually like the Broncos to win this game. It's probably more of a toss-up, and I might even stay away from it on my parlay.
Yeah, if you would have told us 4 weeks ago this was going to be an awesome game to watch, he would have got booed out of the room.
Yeah, but and Brian, Sutton has been putting together solid games. He's not going off, but he's getting 15 points, 12 points a game, basically. The Broncos are Wilson's moving the ball. They're running the ball better. The defense is playing good. On the other side, the Texans, man, just C.J. Stroud. Gosh, they have their quarterback, boys. That guy
boy
can play.
I don't see a lot of defense, but there is a lot of offense.
I like the way C.J. Stroud makes his reads. He makes good decisions, and he also he has some guys are better than others at picking up on the defense, reading the play, knowing where to go ahead of the time, or as it happens, because sometimes they're showing man, they go zone. Sometimes you go zone man. Sometimes you show blitz. You don't. You know how it goes. So.
I think a lot of that is due to the line. I mean, a lot of people don't give credit to the Texans' offensive line, but the man has a lot of time to throw the ball. He's just sitting back here watching all day. So let's throw the credit to the line. They don't get a lot of love, but Texans' line's where it's at.
Yeah, but in the decision making of Stroud, because
he's about 2 years ahead of where he should be.
Oh, 100%.
But also
100%.
he played a lot of football at Ohio State. So, but either way, fantasy wise, Brian, who do you like?
Let's go and let's start with the Broncos. All right, we're looking Russell Wilson. He's averaging 20 points a game, sitting there at ranked number 15 quarterback. I wouldn't have guessed that. I've actually got him as my backup in one of my leagues. But then I'm looking at Cortland Sutton averaging 13. He is a really good wide receiver 2, 3. He will definitely get you the points. Now Williams, he's not putting up a lot of points, but he's averaging 18 carries a game. So they're giving him chances. So do not give up on him in this game. He could really take off. I'm looking at the Texans side of the ball. Me talking about that offensive line. Devin Singletary has really just blossomed. He's taken off. I'm guessing Pierce is back. Even with Pierce back, he's running back 19. And, we're looking right now, his numbers are 23, 19, 13. He's put up some good numbers. Yeah.
Damn.
Putting up some good numbers. Yeah, he did get the 13 with Pierce back last week. But then you jump on the other, if Dale's going to be out, Nico Collins, I could see him as a very solid start this week. Schultz only had 1 catch last week, but that's just –
the nature of the beast.
It ain't. It definitely ain't going to happen again. And definitely C.J. Stroud, if you got him, start him. 24 points a game, quarterback number 3. What do you got on bets, man?
All right, Denver at the Texans. I'm going to rattle off a whole bunch of good things about one team and then pick the other at the end here. All right, Denver, 5 straight wins. They forced 16 turnovers in the last 5 games. Great secondary, but the Texans got NRG Stadium rocking. Paul Wall will probably be there. We're going to go Texans money line and take the over.
I like the Texans, too.
Nice. He actually stole a little bit of my thunder. I was going to talk about the Broncos being 5-0 in their last 5 and only allowing 16 points. But that's okay. I'm going to move on because I want to tell you that they have the best turnover differential in the league. And not only that, Russell Wilson has thrown 20 touchdowns and 4 picks. I think he's back. And the Broncos are winning.
Let's ride.
I've got the Broncos in this game, which is more of a toss-up. I've already said that, but there it is.
As long as they're not playing the Dolphins.
I'm actually excited to watch this game.
Yeah. So we're going to move, and I'm actually going to move to a lock of the week, and we'll get into that. This is the Lions at the Saints. But before we get into it too much, we're going to check in with the football mom and see if there's any injuries.
We got injuries on the Lions side. We got David Montgomery dealing with a foot injury.
Come on, Dave.
We got to monitor his status for Sunday because they're not really saying a whole lot at this point, but God, I hope he plays. Now, Saint-wise, you got Chris Olave. It's in concussion protocol, so he's already been ruled out for week 13. Rashid Shaheed has a thigh injury, and he has been ruled out for week 13 also.
Whoa.
And now that they've got, Michael Thomas is in IR for the knee, so you got to look at A.T. Perry and Lynn Bowden Jr. For wide receivers this week, and then they're hoping on having tight ends to pick up the slack.
Taysom Hill.
And that's why we call it a lock, okay? Because, yes, the Lions have a great offensive line, but their secondary is not very great. I mean, they're not good at all, really. They're number 2 in total offense, but they also give up a lot of points. So there's room there for the Saints to throw the ball, but they don't have anybody to throw it to. So this game is
Alvin Kamara.
Taysom Hill.
Jawan Johnson. We'll get into this.
Yes, it's
But
coming.
after we hear that, Brian, who do you like? Is there any fantasy plays here? And what about maybe perhaps a deep flex play?
I'm looking. I think Lynn Bowden's going to be. He's a very good slot receiver, speedy. He can come out of the backfield. They can use him in multiple different positions. Last week he actually had 2 carries, so I don't really know how they look to use him.
Well, we know he run the ball from his college days.
Oh yeah, Wildcat. All right, but I don't know too much about A.T. Perry. He could be a deep sleeper if you're looking to take a shot at somebody.
He's
But,
actually put together some solid games for a guy that doesn't get a lot of playing time.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I'm really looking. Kamara. I probably wouldn't start Carr in this game, and probably Taysom Hill. If you want to take a shot at somebody, he could actually run at multiple positions
Now,
this week.
okay, let me ask you this:
Throw it at me.
most of you might have a tight end that's not Taysom Hill, and if you do, maybe you like him better. But is Taysom Hill still? Is he a flex without the tight end spot?
Right now, I mean, he is.
That's a
He's
good question.
actually coming in most leagues as a tight end. So, with that being said, this week he's actually a steal. I mean, with them being down wideouts, he's been catching balls with all those guys in the
And
line.
I would imagine, I haven't checked, but I would imagine on FanDuel and DraftKings, your weekly lineups, you can probably get him for a good price.
I guarantee it.
I like. I've talked to y'all about it earlier today. Tight spot. I was a lot of buys this week. Jawan Johnson.
There you go.
I think we'll get a.
He's very
we'll get a good
just
target
like
share this week.
underutilized. Really,
Yeah.
I think he's a great tight end. When he's
Yeah.
on, he's on.
Now, Dustin, okay, Detroit's -4 on the road. Is there a play for the Saints, or is it all Lions in the points?
Here, I say all lines. Let's see. New Orleans is 2-8 against the spread this year. They're 0-4 at home. All those wide receivers hurt. Lions money line in the over, like you said. Detroit's going to score points, but that secondary you brought up is.
Yeah.
I think Saints will still get the ball in the end zone a couple times. So Lions money line in the over in this game.
And I think as far as the Lions go, fantasy wise, I don't need to tell you who to start. I think all of them's great starts: Goff, Gibbs, Brown, Laporta.
Yeah. What about
Josh Reynolds.
Josh Riddle. It
now?
could
Is
be
Montgomery?
a deep.
Is he a solid out, or is he a day-to-day?
He's
I had day to day.
he's day to day. So I mean, if he's playing, we're starting him 100%.
Yes, he's going to hit you anytime.
But your actual just definite starts are. I mean, I think Goff's a definite start this week.
yeah.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Lattimore's still out. So
Yeah, he is.
who is? Who are they really? Who's going to defend?
Well, they can still put pressure, but the Lions have a good offensive line, so it'll be a good game. But I feel like the Lions are a lock. Take them, make the money. Okay, I mean, if you check our record, folks, go back and listen to the shows. We're a solid 75 to 80 percentile, and that's why we do this. We want to help you guys. We like talking about football for one, but we want to help you guys win money. We're winning money. We want you to win money too.
And we need you to like, subscribe, and definitely comment to us. If we're wrong on something or you have something, teach us. Show us some knowledge. Bring it out there. Come on. Mm-hmm. We're welcome.
Yeah, and that's going to bring us to our next game, which would be on my list. The Lions and the Falcons and the Jets. Okay, New York is at home, playing in New Jersey. Rough crowd. Aaron Rodgers just got put on the 21-day report. I mean, so there's going to be a lot of hype in the building. And before we get into it too much, let's check on Aaron Rodgers and the rest of the Jets and Falcons injuries.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. If Mom's pages are like my pages,
I don't
she
have
didn't
them.
put this game on mine.
I didn't.
Mama prints my sheets, guys.
Oh,
Well,
Just want
okay.
to say. So let's.
Dave,
Well,
we got
I
the
know
Falcons,
that
the Jets.
Bijan Robinson's healthy.
Did you say
Brees
Mama?
Hall's healthy.
Did you say Mama printed your sheets?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
how did you miss this game of all
Okay,
games?
it's all right.
Listen. I think this is actually an easy game, though.
Well, I don't know. Who do you have?
I mean, Falcons all day. I mean, because the defense is going to get tired. The Jets defense
They've been
will.
getting tired all year. They've been on the field
They
all
will
year.
get tired, and I mean, I'm actually in a dilemma right now because I don't know if I want to start Drake London or not. I'm kind of in that dilemma right now, but I think tight end wise, I think you're going Kyle Pitts. You're going to start him. Bijan Robinson, you're not benching. Desmond Ridder, you're definitely not starting. But you may want to start the Jets defense,
Jets defense is probably a hell of a play if you can get
and
them.
you may want to start the Falcons defense. So on both sides, and I think on the Jets side of the ball, you're really looking at what, Brees Hall, Garrett Wilson, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, and you know,
Maybe.
one thing I'm looking at is Dustin. Do you have an over/under on this game?
34.
Oh man, that's awful low. I don't know
That's
that they
awful
get
high
there
for this game.
I don't know that they get there. I mean, I feel like the under and is a safe pick. But I'm going to tell you, boys, give me the home team. I will take the Jets
Oh,
Okay.
and the win. But
They
either,
get 2.5
Hey.
at home, too.
I just want you to know, Greg Zerline ain't scored a point in 2 games. just know that he hasn't had to
Damn.
kick in 2 games.
so
Do that to Greg.
So, Brian,
Ask
we're going to
Clayton.
get to the fantasy
do that to
side. But
Greg.
first, I want to hear what Dustin has to say about Atlanta minus 3 points here.
Oh, God. You'll have to watch it if you bet on it. Warning. I got Atlanta money line and the under. I don't have I'm not going to spill a bunch of words on the Jets and Falcons.
Right. Well, I will say this. Aaron Rodgers has just got they pulled him up on the 21 day. He has 21 days to play or whatever it is. And they've already come out and said, "Hey, this is just we're testing him. We're this preliminary. He might go back on the reserve. I don't know that he plays this year, but that's just me. We'll see how it goes." Brian, for all the desperate fans out there, or the desperate fantasy players that might have Diggs on a bye or something like that, is there any play here?
I'm looking and
Brian's shaking his head. Y'all can't see it, but he's shaking
honestly
his head. He's
though,
like, oh, gosh.
look, I'm going to make a fantasy lock, okay? Bijan Robinson has been playing out of his mind the last 2 weeks. That's after the fans come up and they voice their opinion. Give the man more carries. Bijan Robinson 20 fantasy points this week against a great Jets defense.
There you go.
All right.
All right.
Anytime touchdown?
He's getting one.
All right.
So we're going to just keep moving there. There's not a lot to cover that game. Sorry, New York, Atlanta folks. But
The game of the week is coming right here,
No,
ladies and
no.
gentlemen.
no,
We're actually not going to do that game this week.
Here we go. Here we go.
the next game on my list is the Dolphins and Commanders.
Exactly what I said.
Okay, this is going to be one of those games. But before we get to it too much, let's check in with the football mom and see if there's any injuries.
And I just want to say I perused through the injuries, and the only thing on that last game was Brees Hall with a hamstring issue. And he has been practicing, so he should be okay to go. Dolphins-wise, everybody, Devon Achane was limited participant in practice and has a strong chance to play Week 13.
Boom. We need them.
I tell you what, I see another 70 burger, boys.
And then
What are y'all thinking?
I'll get to it.
All right.
Commander-wise, they're ready to go. No injuries.
I'd like to. I have A-Chain on my team, a few of my fantasy teams. I'd like to see him go off. Now, Brian, before we get into the numbers and the money, let's talk this fantasy for a second. Is it just start all Dolphins, or is there?
I honestly, on my sheets, I got start all, and I've got a sleeper. If H.A. don't play, Garrett Wilson this week is going to be, I think, a great deep sleeper if you're looking for somebody. But you're starting all Dolphins. On the Commanders side, McScoring, you're starting.
Yeah, Terry McScoring.
You're definitely
Scary
starting him.
Terry.
And Brian Robinson Jr., running back number 9, if y'all didn't know about it,
I did not know that.
averaging 14.3 points a game. So he's going to get his touches, and he's actually out of the backfield. He's looking a lot better than Gibson.
Yes, he is.
So I'm starting all Dolphins and just a few Commanders. What do y'all got?
Well, now, Dustin, I want to ask you something. Can you eat 9.5 points here?
I think so. Here's Washington is 0-4-1 at home against the spread. Dolphins 6 in sacks per pass attempt. We also got Sam Howell leads the league in passing yards too.
Hey, can I add one thing?
Yeah.
We did lose Jalen Phillips this week.
Yeah,
But we just
linebacker.
signed Jason Pierre-Paul, if that makes
Okay.
anything. He's coming out in crutches, but he's going to get some sacks.
Yeah, with Washington being 0-4 at home against the spread, I got 9.5, and I'm taking the over. And the over under set at 50.
Oh, over. Well, dude, I'm telling you, Sam Howell, he can put up some points.
Yeah,
The man can score some points. I mean, he ain't winning games for the Commanders, but he's winning them for fantasy
I could see
teams.
40 to 20 something.
Yeah, I will make that bet this week. I like that.
Oh, Brian Robinson Jr., I got one prop for you.
Okay.
Right now, his line's only at 39.5 rushing yards for that game.
I'll take it.
So, yeah, you know what to do with that.
So
I'd get on there now. It's probably up to 50 or 60.
Yeah.
But
Put
if
it
you
in
had
now.
if you had to guess what Tua's passer rating is over the season, what would you think? What would you say?
what's perfect?
Well, no, come on. I will say this. Okay,
Is it 160 or something
no,
like that? Is that
no.
perfect?
Tua's passer rating is great. I mean, he's at a 104 passer rating for the season. I think he's doing his thing. He's starting to prove some of the doubters wrong. I was one of the doubters. But it was mainly because of his size and not being able to see the middle of the field very well. But
Well, I tell you what, I'm actually I'm a part of this fans group on Facebook for the Dolphins, and you would not believe how many comments come in. Thank you, line, for keeping my quarterback healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because a healthy Tua is a winning season.
Yeah, Tua hadn't had that stumble yet this year, though.
No, he hasn't. But he has took some hits, and every time he
Yeah.
does, I cringe. I do. I just, oh my goodness, no.
So that is gonna be one of my locks this week. Let's go ahead and call it the lock of the week. The Dolphins handle business against the Commanders on the road. I don't think the Commanders just have the. I don't think they have the RPMs to keep up with the
Well,
Dolphins.
the Dolphins love to show out against those below 500.
I tell you what, though, but the Commanders play up to their talent. They have given the Eagles.
do.
They took the Eagles to
Yeah.
the wire both games. So let's see what happens.
Well, let's see what happens with the Panthers going on the road to play the Bucks.
Oh.
Now this game is this. I don't
The
know.
toilet bowl game of the week
We're gonna,
goes to.
What did Atlanta and the Jets give them a run for the
we're
money?
gonna get into it, but
All right.
before we do, let's check in with the football mom and see if there's any injuries.
We'll keep you
Okay.
keep it quick.
Panther-wise, you got Hayden Hurst in concussion protocol, so we do not know if he will be playing this week or not. And on the Buccaneers side, you've got Baker Mayfield. You need to watch him. He did tweak that ankle this past week, but he's most likely to suit up.
Okay. Okay. Now I feel this game. I don't know that. I think the Panthers know this year that Young is not going to get it done. I don't think they've given up on him yet because you really need. You need a good at least a year and a half.
It's gonna
or
take-
a season and a half, 2 seasons to kind of really get
Do you think if
settled
if you,
in.
if you swapped him and Stroud, would their seasons be different?
The
well,
weapons.
Stroud has more to work with.
Exactly, the weapons. That's,
And not only that, the Texans killed the draft last year. I mean, home run. I mean, Will Anderson was a home run. But either way.
and on the fantasy or the free agent aspect, they did kill it in that too with Dalton Schultz,
Singletary.
Robert Woods,
Yes.
Singletary. So definitely kudos to Texans.
Yeah. Holla, Texas. What's up? But anyway,
Sorry, Carolina, Tampa, anything to talk about you two.
the Panthers are at the Bucks, okay? And let's be honest. The Panthers offense is just god awful.
If you want me to get into this, you're gonna laugh.
There's nothing good about their offense, and I think the only, and you tell me if I'm wrong here. The only Panther I'm even looking at is Adam Thielen.
And you know what I have wrote down?
What?
Maybe Adam Thielen.
Well, he didn't play. Yeah,
because I'm looking for a bounce back from last week. He had 1 catch for 2 yards.
Yeah, I know.
I got a deep dive.
You have to bounce back.
Mingo,
dude. I thought you were gonna.
If you're in dire straits.
Oh yeah, it's definitely dire. But actually, in this game, I have really 5-star or 5 fantasy, shout outs. Evans has been killing it.
Yeah.
Evans has revamped, I swear. Yeah. Wide receiver 8, averaging 17.5 points a game. Evans is a must start every week, no matter who he's playing. Me and Dustin were actually talking before the podcast started. Rashard White, running back number 4.
Hasn't scored under 20 points since week 6.
I mean, the man is just, he's killing it.
The guy that drafted him in the 8th round is happy as hell.
He is 100%, dude. And I mean, other than that, Godwin's going to get you a few points. Really, Evans is taking all the targets, and Bucks defense.
Yeah,
Bucks defense in this game, and really, that's fantasy wise. That's all I got. I mean, Chubba Hubbard, he did score 20 last week.
Yeah.
Could you see anything out of him this week?
I feel like I think you can run on the Bucks a little bit. But I don't know how much, and I really kind of feel like he might just be a low-end flex at best, and probably just better off on your bench.
He was just a honorable mention.
Yeah. So Dustin, I was going to ask you. I mean, Tampa Bay's at home and they're -5. Is that the play here?
We got Carolina off to the worst start in franchise history. Tampa Bay's lost 6 out of their last 7. It should be a fun game to watch if you want to put some money. I like the Bucks money line and the under, 37.5.
But if you want to take a stab at it, go Panthers because you might
Carolina money line.
You might win a little bit on this one. It could happen.
There's a lot of unders.
Or you could just avoid this whole thing.
Exactly, and that's probably what I would do.
I am going to stay away from it in my parlay for sure. I don't like this game at all. Well, I mean, I like the under, and honestly, I do like the Bucks to win. But 5 points, that's kind of. I don't know if I like that 5 points. If it was 2.5, or I wouldn't like 3 in this game.
I wonder if does Carolina average over 5 a game points?
Oh,
that's probably it's probably like 10 to 14.
You're giving them too many.
So, let's
wait, here. I'm gonna start this one out.
All right.
Let's get ready to rumble.
The game of the year, folks. This is the 49ers on the road at the Philadelphia Eagles.
This is your NFC Championship game.
We are excited for this, if you can't tell. This game, Brian, Dustin, is definitely the game that will be watched in its entirety on my TV Sunday.
Mine too.
But we're going to break down the game.
I'll probably be stuck watching Peppa the Pig. But
before we break down the game and Dustin's Peppa the Pig experiences, let's check in with the football mom and see if there's any injuries.
All right, on the 49ers side, they're ready to go. Eagle-wise, we got Dallas Goedert with that fractured forearm. He is hoping to play this week, but if not, he will definitely be back for the Cowboys.
Rashard White for Dallas Goedert. Dustin, what do you got? No, I actually tried to do that trade with him right before dude broke his arm. But, all right, go ahead.
Okay, so this is the best 2 teams in football, folks. This game is going to be exciting. I would love to sit here and tell you I was going to lock this game, but I can't do it. I want to lock the Eagles, but I'll be honest with you. I like the Niners in this game. I think it's going to come down to it. I mean, we're talking about 2 juggernauts here.
This may be the hardest game to pick all season.
This is Frazier Ali.
Or Tyson and anybody. No. All right.
Tyson and anybody would have been the Broncos.
This could be Tyson Ali but we will figure out what happens in this one. But I'm going to go with, dude, you know who to start fantasy-wise. I ain't got to tell y'all. There's so many starters in these games. This is most everybody's fantasy teams. But I'm picking
Devonta Smith's still a solid start.
100%. Yes. I mean,
Unless you traded him for Kenneth Walker.
exactly. Yes.
Now, what about this, though? Does Gainwell earn a flex?
No, definitely not. I mean, we're starting starters in this for the simple fact. I mean, they both have great defenses. They probably have the best defensive lines in the game, but both of these running backs catch passes out of the backfield like crazy. So we're both starting all the running backs. Fun fact here: Eagles in their last 4 games, counting this one, you got the Cowboys, Chiefs, Bills, Niners. Okay, Cowboys they beat by 5. Chiefs they beat by 4. Bills they beat by 3. They're beating the Niners by 2, boys and girls. You heard it
funny?
here.
The spread's 2.5 too.
And that's it. You heard it from here right now.
Yeah,
Lock that bet.
I actually have San Francisco at -3 right now. That's live.
Oh,
It must have moved.
Well, let's hear some of these bets. What do you got over
Okay.
there?
Well, Dustin, the Eagles are at home. They play well at home. They also play pretty well on the road. They have they're solid up front, but so are the Niners. I mean, this is going to be a battle. San Francisco getting -3 on the road. I feel like that's the telltale here. That tells you that Vegas believes they are 6-point favorite on a neutral. I feel like that too. I really love the Eagles. I don't think I've picked against the Eagles all year in a game, but this is the one. I think the matchups make fights, or styles make fights. You know how it is. This game is going to be.
This is the main event.
This is the
here,
one
boy.
team that can stop the tush push.
Yeah.
This is it. This is it
We'll
right
see.
here.
We'll see.
So Dustin, when you're looking at the gambling aspect here, is San Francisco -3 the play, or you actually have the Eagles?
I actually got the Eagles. I think it's going to be a really close game. Here's some stats on the Eagles I didn't know. They're first in the NFL on 4th down conversion rate, and they also convert at least 50% of their 3rd downs. 49ers actually didn't know this either, have a pretty bad 3rd down defense. I think it's all going to come down to who's better, Jalen Hurts or Brock Purdy.
All know who
I'm
that
going
is.
Jalen Hurts. I'm taking the Eagles plus 2.5 and taking the over at 46.5.
There you go.
Over.
I like it.
I
I mean, dude, I see it happening. I mean, you have 2 powerful defenses, but I see a lot of points in this game.
Yeah, it seems every NFL game you get like this that like, man, the defense.
Honestly, I think we're gonna
what was
have
the over under?
46.5.
I think we're gonna have a repeat of last week, the Bills and Eagles. That was a great game, probably the game of the year. I don't know if anybody agrees with me. Winning overtime.
Yeah, it was good.
Bills had the first chance. Eagles took it down, took the game from them, and I can really see this, which is going to kill my 2-point win. But I don't know. I'm giving the Eagles this game 21-19.
Yeah, and I normally, the better quarterback would have my vote for who's going to win. But there's one thing that the Eagles don't have, and that's Kyle Shanahan. I really feel like he's going to crack that nut, and because the Eagles they've been tough to solve all year.
The man meat rides Kyle Shanahan. I just want to say.
We are getting ready to
But-
Shanahan jersey.
That's it. Yes. Shanahan is his man.
Well deserved, though. He is a great
Oh,
coach.
yeah, 100%.
The Eagles going to swoop down and grab that nut.
There you
There
go.
you go. Take it
There
on
you
back
go.
to the nest.
But okay, so I feel like, does anybody have anything else they want to add here in this game?
I want to add so much more, but we do need to move on.
Yeah,
This
go
is a
ahead. What
Great,
you
no,
got?
it's just a great game. It's going to be the game of the year, so I think everybody feels that. So, I mean, it's going to be amazing.
What time is that game? Is it
It's 4 o'clock
Okay.
game, and we got to wait for it. Damn it!
I get lacquered up a little
But
bit.
hey, we all got the Dolphins at 1 o'clock. We're good.
So that's going to take us to our next game, which is the Cleveland Browns at the Los Angeles Rams. And this is going to be one of my locks of the week. But before we get into that, let's talk to the football mom and see if there's any injuries.
Okay, Browns, why we got Kareem Hunt dealing with a groin injury, and his status for Sunday is up in the air. Amari Cooper's dealing with some rib issues, and he's also one to watch for Sunday. Now, one we got to watch, well, we know Darian Thompson Robinson, the quarterback, suffered a concussion, so we'll be dealing with P.J. Walker as the start.
Might be better.
Right. Rams wise, they're all good to go.
Oh,
Man,
boy.
that wasn't good for the Browns.
And that's why this is one of my locks this week. I have the Rams taking care of business at home against the Browns. Now, I don't know if you agree with me or not, but you can tell me if you do. But also, I'm kind of curious who you have on this fantasy watch here.
I can look at it like this. Like, this is the one week I'm benching the Browns defense. You might not think this, but the Rams defense is
banged up.
pretty powerful. So we're looking right now. I'm going through the Rams offense. Matthew Stafford. If he repeats anything like he did last week, 26 points, he threw 4 touchdowns. And you're looking at Puka averaging 16.7. You had Williams come back. I think we all know about Williams.
Yeah, he brings that offense back to life.
38.4 points, 16 carries, 143 yards. And on the receiving side, 6 catches.
You can do what I did and be like, man, he's probably not going to be completely ready for his
Oh,
first game
I
back,
saw
and
that.
Just
I
look
saw
at it
that.
on your bench all day.
Oh, I loved it too. Just 'cause, yeah, you know why. But and then we're going to add 6 grabs for 61 yards and 2 touchdowns. On that side, I'm just saying that we don't really know what's going to happen with Cooper Kupp. We're starting him just because he's Cooper Kupp, right? So we're throwing that in. And the only thing on the Brown side of the ball, Jerome Ford. Jerome Ford's going against the 21th ranked defense. He's averaging.
Now, I think that also makes a little bit of a low end play for flex play for Hunt.
Well, Hunt
Hunt
being banged
God, I
up.
hope
That's
he
why
doesn't.
I'm. That's
Two running
that's
backs that can play this
exactly.
week.
That's why I'm leaning towards Jerome Ford. I mean, his average carries a game are 15 right now, and if Hunt's out, you're looking at that going up to 20 plus catches.
Yeah.
So you're looking at maybe a 20-point game
He
out of
sounds
Jerome
like the
Ford.
only viable option. God, is
mean-
Elijah Moore still with the Browns?
He is, but at this point right now, I think we're hitting the panic button for the Browns.
Yeah.
Okay, so lock it in, folks. What's the over under there, Dustin?
39.5.
39.5. Now, do you like that as an over under? And also, are you playing this game in your parlay?
I actually do like this game. Normally I wouldn't. Cleveland's banged up on the offense. Myles Garrett might not play. They got a couple other starters on defense that probably won't play. I had Rams in the money line here. I think Rams minus the 4.5. And I can take the over too at 39.5.
Okay.
Can the Rams score that many points against them?
I think the Rams. I'm looking at them having a huge day.
I like them, dude. I see the Rams are coming on strong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody healthy?
that offense is when they got everybody healthy, dude.
That's
they're
potential.
there.
That's a potential top 5 offense when they're
Yeah.
all healthy.
Yeah. I agree with everything Dustin said except for one thing. I like the under in this game.
I do too.
I don't know that they're going to get there. Obviously there's an avenue to. I mean, if Williams goes off, Kupp's doing his thing, Stafford's looking good.
I can see the Rams get 28. I don't know if
I don't see the
if
Browns.
the Browns can cover their 11 and 12 points.
Yeah,
they
but
need
the
to,
Browns
but-
still have a pretty good defense, even though they have some injuries. But either way,
Stafford's going to have to mess up for the Browns to score.
I have it as a lock. We're going to take the Rams over the Browns and the points. So that's going to take us to our next game. We're going to go to Kansas City is on the road at Green Bay.
This is an interesting game, actually.
Yeah, Kansas City had like the second toughest schedule in the league.
I can believe that. I mean, coming out of their division, no one saw the Broncos really coming on strong. Everybody thought the Raiders were going to be okay.
Hell, the Packers
And
are
the
on a little tear
Chargers,
now.
Chargers were supposed to be just incredible.
Yeah.
And another thing, Rice might be emerging as the number one.
Hey, don't take away my fantasy thunder. Come on now. Let's hear these injuries
yeah,
first. Let's hear 'em. No.
Okay, so let's check in with the football mom and see if there's any injuries in the Chiefs and Packers.
Okay. Chiefs side, we got Jared McKinnon dealing with a groin injury. His status for Sunday's up in the air. We got Kadarius Toney dealing with a knee injury, and it remains to be seen if he'll even play also. Now, this one's going to be a shocker on Packers side. Aaron Jones is still having that knee issue, and they're monitoring him as through the week to see how he progresses, but most likely will not play. And then you got A.J. Dillon dealing with a groin injury also, and his status is up in the air also.
Whoa.
But they did add James Robinson to the roster.
There we go, and James Robinson. But I don't think that's enough time in the week to really learn that offense. So I'm going strictly. I've got so many Chiefs on this, but I want to start out with Rice.
Yeah.
All right. You brought that up. He scored 24 points last week. I benched him in one of my best leagues. And I had to sit there as a Mahomes owner and watch him just score these points.
Is it at the league at the casino?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
But I still won, so let's just keep that in grabs. But the man had 8 catches on 10 targets for 107 yards and a touchdown. All right. As a rookie, Patrick Mahomes has found his man. And I've been a Rice owner all season, and this week I've seen him on the field more than I ever have.
It's taken him a while.
Yeah, and he would run a snap, he would take 2 off. He would run a snap, take 2. The man did not come off the field, and it shows right there. 8 catches, 10 targets.
Well, and it also shows that Mahomes is a believer in him.
Yeah, and he actually dropped the ball early in that game. Mahomes stuck with him. Boom, boom, boom. Results. So we're starting Mahomes. Pacheco's been like a man running crazy.
He's running hard. I mean, he's
I heard
running
somebody say he's the kid that comes to your house that's not allowed to have soft drinks.
Dude, I'm telling you, 15 carries, 55 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then he added in 5 catches for 34. The man is just running wild.
Buck wild.
Now, Brian, let me ask you this, though. I still feel like A.J. Dillon is a strong start here.
He's not even on my list.
He's not. Well,
Consistency. I'm waiting for consistency.
Aaron Jones being out, and also the Chiefs. Excuse me. The Chiefs. What you don't want to do if I'm the Packers, I want to run the ball more than I throw the ball. Because I don't want Chris Jones and them to get at my quarterback creating turnovers.
A couple 3-and-outs will kill you, too.
I don't want the secondary getting interceptions creating turnovers. I would rather just run the ball and try my luck at that. And I think that's where the Chiefs are a little bit vulnerable. Yeah. I think they give up runs, and I feel like Dillon is a strong flex play here.
I hope he does, and I hope the groin injury don't keep him from doing
15 points.
That.
What about Green Bay's wideouts?
I like it. But
yeah, they stuck a firecracker under Christian Watson.
Well, look.
This week.
I want to add one little note on Travis Kelce. I got Swift by it because it's at home. I don't know what he's bringing. I don't know how much he's watching. So, but Travis Kelce probably.
Swift's in Brazil.
She ain't going to Green Bay.
Oh, dude,
she's on a tour or something.
Hey, you heard it here. Start Travis Kelce. Swift's on tour. But I'm going to go on the Green Bay side of the ball. Let's talk about those wideouts. We have Christian Watson last week, put up 20.4 points, 5 catches, 94 yards, touchdown. He's still ranked wide receiver 63. Okay, he can't be trusted. I'm trusting Romeo Doubs. 7 touchdowns on the season, averaging 12 points a game, which don't sound like a lot, but in
3
your
of those
flex,
came in one game, right?
Yes, they did.
Imagine that.
They did,
Well,
but
Love's actually looking competent.
dude, but I mean, and that actually brings me to my next. Love is a top 12 quarterback right now. He put up 29, 27, 21. He's averaging 21.3 points a game.
There's a guy that we play fantasy football with, and we all know, I'm not going to say his name. He's a big Green Bay Packer fan. He drafted Jordan Love, and we all said he was an idiot.
And he might drive a black Chevy truck.
Yeah, but either way, you know who you are. You did a good job there.
You could have picked him up off waivers 3 weeks ago, but hey, hell of a pick.
Jordan Love he's come through. I was one of those skeptics. I didn't believe, but he's really come through.
I drafted him in my dynasty league, and I was crossing my fingers like, please have him, please have him. Hey, you happened. Happened.
But I don't know that this is the week. I mean, the Chiefs, they've been playing lights out lately. They've had a lot of tough games. I mean, if you look at who they've played, they're winning. Yeah. But they're winning by 3, 4, whatever.
Well, I'm taking the Chiefs in this game, but it would not surprise me to see the Packers swoop in and take a win.
Yeah.
I could see it.
The Chiefs did not like losing to the Broncos, and I think that kind of ignited a little fire there. So this is the Sunday night game with Kansas City -6. Dustin, is that your play?
Actually, I think this game's going to be a lot closer than general public thinks it is. A lot of people will probably be taking the Chiefs minus the points. I got Chiefs money line and taking the over at 42. This will also be
we think alike. I like
Mahomes' first trip to Lambeau.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Dude, great stat.
Good.
Great.
Hey, Travis, will you look up the weather in Green Bay on Sunday?
Yes.
Well, Kansas City gets cold as shit though too.
Well, that's true. That's true.
It does, but Lambeau Field's different.
Yeah.
It's the frozen tundra.
Well, either way, this is still a lock, and it's not the lock of the week, but it is a solid lock. We feel the Chiefs will beat the Packers money line. I don't know that we're going to add it in as with the 6. Travis, you got it? Check 1, 2, Travis.
Looks like it's going to be a bit rainy. High of 38 and a low of 27. Of course, that 27 is probably going to be late at night, so
And this
probably
is
not going to be too bad weather.
Well, this is the Sunday night game.
Mahomes don't care. He's still
At
throwing
8,
4 tutties.
8:20.
Well, that could change some things. That could turn into a wintry mix.
All right, that is our producer / tech guy / weather guy / impersonator. But
Well, hey,
back to
wait. I got a question for the podcast then. Okay, first question of the week. I've got Mahomes on the boat. Should I start Russell Wilson over him? If I have weather. Oh.
I don't know.
Get back with me later about that.
Well,
one.
the thing is the Texans are going to move the ball, and the Broncos are going to move the ball.
I'll tell you what.
Okay.
I'll tell you what.
If the Chiefs,
I want the viewers to write in on this. Tell me what I should do. Should I start Patrick Mahomes in the weather, or should I start Russell Wilson against a subpar Texans
In a
defense?
dome.
if the Chiefs dominate time of possession, you want Mahomes, even though he will be handing the ball off a lot, you want him on the field.
Gotcha.
The problem with the Broncos is Wilson is going to be. The Texans are going to move the ball. They're going to eat some clock. He's not going to be on the field as much as Mahomes.
Yeah. Well,
and that's what I would look at there.
I do got my stat though of Williams averaging 18 carries a game. So yeah, I'm probably starting Mahomes. I just want to get the viewers out.
All right. Well,
the
you
viewers
write
take
in,
on.
tell us what you think, and also, you know what? Tell us if you think we're great. Tell us if you think we suck.
Yes.
Whatever you want.
All
But
the
either way,
criticism, we love it. Bring it in.
But and our producer Travis, he loves the haters. I know he do. I know
He'll be on that message board more than any of us.
I'm dusting all of y'all in the comments section if y'all start talking sideways.
Anyway, so that's going to move us right to the Monday night game. We've got the Bengals, Cincinnati, all banged up, going to Jacksonville, Florida, to play the Jaguars. Now, listen, before we get into this too much, let's check in with the football mom and see if there's any injuries.
Okay, Bengal-wise, you got T. Higgins dealing with that hamstring. We'll see if he plays week 13. Jaguar side, they're good to go, but let's hope that Trevor Lawrence shows ETN a little love this week.
Stay out the end zone. Let the man hand the ball off.
Brian, this is our last game of the week. You know what else it is?
What's that?
This is our last lock of the week.
Uh-oh.
Lock it in. Jacksonville takes care of business at home. They give their fans something to root for against the Bengals, who were lowly. Then they were, watch out for the Bengals. Nah, they're lowly again.
That's
So
it.
I wonder if the swimming pool is going to be open.
it's been an up and down ride in Cincinnati. Brian, if you're doing a weekly lineup or your fantasy league this week, is there any play here? Especially we're looking at the flex position.
All right, look, flex position, I'm looking at Mixon. I'm looking at this is sad to say. I'm looking at Chase. I don't know how many passes he's going to have coming his way. They're going to be on the ground more than they're going to do anything. On the Jaguars side of the ball, though, it's like Mom just said. Lawrence, back up, hand your ball off. Travis Etienne, I'm looking right now. Before the last 3 games, before you decided you could run the ball in the end zone, the man averaged 22 points a game. His last 3 games, 6, 8, 12. Give the man some love.
He's
got
turning up.
No, it is. But the man got you down the field. Show him some love. But other than that, I want to add some. I want to give some love to Calvin Ridley. Last 2 games, 21-31. He's bringing the heat. 12 receptions, 192 yards, and 3 touchdowns in 2 games.
I hope he keeps it up.
I think he's back, boys. I do. Kirk's numbers have went down, but Kirk's still a definite starter. I'm looking for the Jags defense starter in this game. What else y'all got? I mean, I'm not starting the Evan McPherson. I just want to throw that in there.
Okay.
I
Now-
dropped him in 3 leagues this week.
Yeah.
They're not getting in the red zone. Let the man go. Pick you up a better one.
Hey, Dustin. Now, the Jaguars are, they're undefeated on the road.
Right.
Okay? But they're not on the road.
Right.
Okay? And they're giving up 8 points. Is that a play for you?
Mine. No, I don't like the 8.
I don't blame you.
8.5 either.
God, the guys are against me.
I like Jacksonville money line. I had the over written down. It's a
Yeah.
37.5.
Money line.
Yeah, so you like Jacksonville to win but not to cover. And I think that's what I like too here. I don't know. The Bengals can
Anything over 7 in an NFL game gets me a little weary.
yeah, for sure.
The
for
fire,
sure.
I mean, it's all about the quarterback, though. So we're going to cover this game first thing next week. I'm going to let these guys know, hey, Jacksonville covered the points, guys.
They probably will.
I just want to throw it out there. All right?
Well, listen, we're trying to win these people money.
No, I get it. But I'm trying to win a lot
Brian,
of money.
Yeah.
Is there other than Mixon and I know you talked about Chase? Is there a flex like say a Evan Ingram, or even at the tight end spot?
I see nothing in this game. You have Browning, ain't that the quarterback, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have Browning. He's not getting the ball out a lot.
No,
Mixon.
Ingram's on the Jags, bro.
What?
Evan Ingram.
No, Browning. I'm talking about the quarterback for the
Right.
Bengals.
Okay.
So I just don't see him getting the ball out. Hickson, is he still out? Higgins? T. Higgins?
There's a possibility he can play.
I mean, I don't even know if I'm starting him.
Well, even if he did play, I mean, he's got to have somebody get the ball.
Jacksonville's got a decent defense as well.
Exactly.
do.
And
They do.
I just want to tell all the Cincinnati fans, sorry if you took Chase number 1. I saw a couple leagues like that. It's over, dude. I'm sorry. We're starting all the Jacksonville players, Bengals. I just don't see a lot of fantasy relevance on that side.
Jacksonville's D in this game might be a sneaky play.
It is,
if you're looking
100%.
for a D this week.
Yeah.
Looking for some D.
It's a Josh Allen. From where? From where, guys?
I think he played in the state of Kentucky's at one of the schools.
The Wildcats of the University of Kentucky.
Okay.
Sorry, Cats fan here.
All right. So, does anybody have anything else they want to add on this game, or just in general?
I just want to say he's the best Josh Allen of the league. That's it. That's all I got.
Well-
But I'll leave it there.
All right.
He doesn't have more interceptions than the other Josh Allen.
Well, that's true. That's true.
He might have caught more positive ones.
So, either way, listen. If you've made it this far, you're like family to us, and we will appreciate you, and we want to tell you that tell your friends about us. Also, make sure you subscribe, leave some comments, tell us what you think, ask us questions. Anything in that regard is well appreciated.
Yeah, if we get some comments, I will definitely drop some lockdown prop bets in the comment section.
It's 100%. You got betting, you got fantasy, you have everything on this show. Just comment us. We will definitely get back with you. We will not leave you hanging.
All right, so listen, this is DDB's End Zone Empire, and our picks of the week are the Lions and the Saints, the Chargers over the Patriots, or was it the Steelers over the Cardinals? Excuse me, the Steelers over the Cardinals, the Dolphins over the Commanders, the Rams over the Browns, and the Chiefs over the Packers, and the Jaguars over the Bengals. Listen, make your bets, folks. Win some money. Don't be a fool and parlay all those into one. Pick the ones you like. Stick it to 3 or 4. You got a better chance of
Chop
winning.
it up like I do with get you a couple in the 1 o'clock hour and then a couple in the 4 o'clock hour so you don't blow your load too
And
early.
just
If you know
because
what
it
I'm
says you're going to win $900 don't mean you got to make the bet. That's me.
So this is DB. Excuse me.
WWF.
No, whoa.
This is
Talk about it again. Come on, one more
This
time.
is DDB's End Zone Empire, and guess what?
What?
We out of here.
Yo,
Later.
You botched that so bad. Oh.